Listen, welcome to Philadelphia. Welcome to Diversitech. We are ready to talk about TikTok Shop. But
let's
first,
get into it.
Can you just give us a little bit about what you do at TikTok? Give us your names.
Okay, Darren, you want to start?
I got you. So I'm Darren Croxton. I'm actually from South Jersey, so right over the bridge.
Yes.
This is my backyard, so it's good to be here in Philadelphia. I've been at TikTok for about a year and a half, and here at TikTok, I'm a category manager, so I help with brands. I help them grow, scale, talk about strategy. That's what I do.
I love it. Kiernan, looking beautiful.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. It's my first time in Philadelphia, actually.
Welcome.
I've been with TikTok for a year and a half now. I am a seller growth account manager. So my primary focus is to help brands scale and grow on our platform through best practices, education series, and something really exciting. We have started our first Black Accelerator program. So for us, by us, and we'll get more into that as we continue.
And my name is Meeka Johnson. I'm straight from Philly. All Black everything pop up. We curate commerce spaces. Okay, for Black businesses, introducing all nationalities to dope Black brands, Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. We shop live, and that's why I'm here. We shop live with these Black brands all over the country. Now, I want to get into TikTok Shop because this is where the future lies.
Yes.
Us shopping live. It is your website. It's like a double dose. It's like you could shop on my website and you could shop live with me. Tell us more about TikTok Shop and how it just took over the internet.
I'm gonna let you take that.
Okay, so personally, I think that TikTok became really powerful during the pandemic. I feel like a lot of people went to TikTok out of boredom. They wanted to learn new things, and we had a lot of time on our hands because we were all stuck in the house, right? So as far as TikTok Shop in itself, it's relatively new to the U.S. market, and I think it's such a powerhouse because, Meeka, to your point, you have your live shopping component. So it's very rare for someone to be like, oh, I was able to talk directly to the CEO of one of my favorite brands, right? You can run flash sales, you can pin products, and it's so much you can do. And as someone who does live shopping, you can speak to that. It's something that's so unique in itself, and I love that it offers a one app experience. You don't have to go to a link tree, you don't have to look for a website. You can see something you like, buy it right there. You're gonna get it in a week?
Yeah, I order it from
seamless.
there all the time, and I really love being able to engage with your community. Like Kiernan said, it's rare that we get to see the face of all Black everything and the founder and CEO behind the idea and hear more about the brand and why you started it, because I'm more prone to buy something from somebody that I know. So,
anybody here has ever shopped on TikTok Shop? Put your hand up, baby.
Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it.
You in the red, right there, there. What you buy? What did you buy? What did you buy? Wigs. That's what I'm saying. She buy her wigs off of there. So we're a man that bought something off TikTok Shop. What you buy? He got some sweatpants. You see how easy that is?
We have a category for everything.
It's almost like if it's not on TikTok Shop, it doesn't exist, I feel like.
Can you say that one more time?
If it's not on TikTok Shop, it's almost like it doesn't exist. I work for the company, but guys, every night I'm just scrolling. I'm like, oh, I want to buy this. I want to buy this. They're running a flash sale. I get free shipping. They have a 10% off coupon. It's just amazing. And back to community. You're really able to build community through going live. I'm sure as users of TikTok, you see how people are in the comments oh, I bought this wig too. It's going to look like this on you. And the authenticity that the app brings, right? Because people they don't come to TikTok looking for a grand production. They're looking for authenticity.
The realness of it all.
The realness. They want the real and the raw. And that's something that I love about the app. It offers that, right?
How do you think we can get more Black and brown businesses to come on TikTok Shop and not be scared to turn on their live feature and sell their items?
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
So I'm going to touch on that. One thing that we can do to get more Black and brown brands is having people like Kiernan and I be able to speak to them and engage with them. So Shop Black is something that we started just based on an idea. It was we push a lot of the culture and a lot of the cultural moments on TikTok, our brands really need to tap into that. And I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and I know how hard it is to be a Black or brown-owned business owner. Feels like so many additional steps that we have to take. So Kieran and I was like, let's create an incubator program to help these brands grow, and they'll see one of us, and they'll be able to speak to one of us, because once you get to really create that relationship with them, they're more prone to buy in and listen to you and, take those pieces of advice that you give them.
Darren, what is this accelerator? I'm excited. What is this
Listen,
accelerator called?
TikTok Shop Black. Again, it started in November. It started with 0 brands. Kieran and I was right before Thanksgiving break. We said we want to build something out for our communities. So now we have about 134 brands.
Give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And in our program, we host. I'm part of like the onboarding, so I help them from getting their business set up, uploading their TINs and everything like that.
What is a TIM, layman terms?
Your tax number, not your social. It's your social for your business. But uploading all those steps, walking you through, hand-holding you, because again, we really need to build that community, and it's important for us to get them brands on that platform.
So you even onboard the businesses in, and after you onboard them, they have you for about how many weeks, Karen?
So the program itself is an 8-week accelerator program, because to your point of like, how can we get more Black business owners engaged and active on the platform? I think that's through education. I'm really big on education through all aspects of life, and specifically with your business. So with this incubation program, we're making sure that you're knowledgeable about policy. We're making sure you're knowledgeable about content best practices. There's a recipe to everything. I feel like a lot of people come to TikTok and they're like, oh, we're just gonna go viral overnight and like, I'm gonna make $1 million. It doesn't work like that. There's a recipe to everything. And so I'm really big on that part of it. And as far as like how long you'll be in the program, indefinitely. This is a mentorship. Like, we want to make sure that you're confident in everything that you're doing, and you'll have Darren and myself every step of the way.
And I'm sorry, just real quick. And coming from tech backgrounds, a lot of our brands and a lot of Black and brown brands give up because they don't have that support, and that's why we want to make sure and ensure like you'll have us indefinitely. So sometimes it gets a lot, but again, we want to really be that support system for our brands.
How many people started signing up for TikTok Shop but said, oh, this is too hard? Y'all?
Look, this might be our first new brand from the conference, because we got you.
Yeah.
What Issa Rae said, we got y'all.
Yeah, it's amazing that this live shop experience on TikTok, you don't have to go anywhere. Like if you live shop anywhere else, you have to manually do your receipts. You have to manually contact the customers. That's not what happens on TikTok Shop. Am I correct? It's a one-app shop. Let's talk about it.
It's really a one-stop shop, and it's not just the live shopping. It's your shoppable post. So when you're scrolling and you see a video and there's a tag product, all you have to do is select the product, put it in your cart, and boom, you're finished, right?
And now it's at your door.
Yeah, exactly. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, usually on Instagram, and I know that's like our competitor, but when I'm scrolling and I see like a nice fit, a dope fit, a hat or something like that,
talk about it.
I have to ask in the comments, well, where'd the hat come from? And
say it one more time for the people in the
I have
back.
to ask in the comments where X, Y, and Z came from.
Right.
But I love the experience, like, okay, they have that hat on, they're tagging the hat, I can click on it, it's taking me right to the cart. So it's not good for my spending habits, but it's good for brands.
Let me tell you about this part of TikTok Shop. Can you please talk to this? What if you are just wanting to do a side hustle and you don't have your own business? You can also go to your product section and sell the products in your product section, correct?
Being a creator. Yes, that is something that is awesome, and they're making money. So let's just say, to your point, you're not a business owner, but you're personable. People are naturally drawn to you. You speak well. You can join TikTok Shop as a creator and literally work with like 1 million brands if you wanted to. If you have the bandwidth, there is not a set amount of products you can display. There's not a set amount of businesses that you can work with. So that's a great call out. Like creators, I feel like creators actually made like TikTok stand out.
That's what really pushes our platform forward.
Like some of our largest brands, like they did well, not even because they were like a household name, but because of the creators who were putting in the work and really promoting the products.
Definitely.
So can I give an example? My sis right there with the fly hair. if you want to sell the wigs on TikTok Shop that you purchase, you can do that so easy. Make extra money that month. My brother right there with the sweatpants, if you like, you know, I'm going to Little League, I'm teaching football, I'm coaching football, I like these sweatpants. You can sell those sweatpants in every color. I'm telling you, it adds up.
Definitely, and it's like Kiernan touched on before, it's really about creating community and being authentic to yourself. So if you are a fashion girly or you're into makeup or something like that, tapping into your favorite brands, but also being able to storytell is super important. And people always ask about viral moments and things like that. These viral moments happen because of these creators. So it can be a small mom and pop shop that's selling, I don't know, like facial cream or something like that. And it's that one creator that might be funny or did some type of get ready with me tutorial that'll take their brand from getting a couple $100 a week to thousands. To become an overnight success.
We see it all the time. A lot of businesses want to scale. They want to know when to scale. They want to know when to grow. I really, really, really want to just, if you don't leave here with nothing else, TikTok Shop and their live shop component can grow your business if you are consistent. Kiernan, can we talk about scaling and growing?
What I love most about TikTok is like an always-on approach. And it's not like your traditional brick and mortar like storefront. There's not all of this overhead. Like you don't have to worry about paying a lease on a building. You don't have to worry about paying a light bill, paying employees. And then the always-on approach aspect of it, there isn't a right time to sell because people are like endlessly on the app. TikTok has endlessly, like on the hour, every hour,
We had some stats. We just looked at in our meeting the other day.
TikTok currently has over 1 billion active users monthly.
Say that one more time for the people
over 1 billion
in the
monthly
back.
active users are on TikTok. So that means your audience is always there. So you don't have to worry about, should I post it at 3 o'clock? Should I post it at 3:30 in the afternoon? Should I post it on Sunday? Because these are things you have to like think about as far as strategy with other apps, but you don't have to worry about that with TikTok because of the high engagement rate with our active users. And something else that I really enjoy also, to Darren's point, the authenticity. The authenticity, like people, like once you stand out as a seller, it doesn't matter like what time you're posting, people are going out of their way to find you. And they're like, I don't care if she's posting, going live at 2 a.m. I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to watch her live at 2 a.m. She's going to run a flash sale. My favorite wig is going to be on sale for $3.99 from 2 a.m. until 2:15. And that goes back to community, right? So there isn't, like, to answer your question, there isn't a perfect time to, like, go viral or to sell. And as far as scaling and growing, the more consistent you are, the better performance that you'll see. But that's with anything in life, right? Yes. And so your business should be looked at as your baby. It's something that you want to nurture. It's something that you want to care for. And naturally with that, like you would want to put in the work so that you could, enjoy the benefit of that.
When onboarding these businesses, what is the question that you get the most? Like, what is that barrier that you like, oh, I broke that wall down, they get it now? Like, what is the thing that you think that when you're onboarding people, like, what is that thing?
I think the question that I get the most is why TikTok? Because again, being a business owner, most of our small business owners within our accelerator program, they have a regular 9 to 5, so this is their side hustle. So it's like, why TikTok? Why spend more money not no money, but why spend more time in developing another strategy on another platform? Because I'm on Instagram, I'm on Amazon, I'm on all of these different places, I'm doing pop-ups. So why TikTok? And Kiernan touched on it earlier, but like the amount of users that we have is unmatched. And a lot of our brands don't really lean into e-commerce. Like that's the main thing. Black and brown brands really don't lean into e-commerce as we should. So really explaining to them the power of e-commerce.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Explaining to our black and brown brands the power of e-commerce. It's one thing, doing your pop-up or going here or, going to a different convention and getting your product out like that. But if you have, what was the number again?
1 billion.
If you have 1 billion people at your disposal, U.S. based, worldwide, then why not tap into that? You can repurpose video. There's so many ways in which you can tap into another demographic, and so you can grow that business. So you might not even have to work that 9 to 5.
I see it all the time. When you are on TikTok at nighttime, you see a lot of things. You see warehouse sales. You see sales of nails. You see sales of lashes. You
Everything
see
is on
sales
there.
of clogs. You see all these different things, and you're like, these people are selling at 12 midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So it doesn't matter if you work the night shift or the day shift. You can come on TikTok shop and sell your items. And you
Exactly.
Go ahead.
And something else I wanted to touch on, I don't really onboard, I incubate, right? So I get a lot of sellers who are like, oh, well, Kiernan, I'm not a camera person. I'm shy. I don't want to do live selling. The beautiful thing about TikTok, guys, is like, other videos perform well, like point of view, get ready with me videos, or explaining to someone how to use your products properly, showing them people have a natural curiosity of how things are made. So taking consumers to the warehouse, packaging orders. So don't think that success is only seen on TikTok Shop if you're live selling. Again, making shoppable posts that are point of view perspective, explaining how to use your products, they also do really well. And then to tie it all back together, you're still building that community and offering your consumers to connect with you on a level that they wouldn't be able to do if they just went and picked your product up in a Target.
Definitely.
You know
what I love is the success stories that we see. So building out this incubator program, like one thing that we can say is like, okay, we were able to take this brand to here. That's the easy buy-in. So like the Ami Coles of the world, the Fadeds, like they started off as small brands, but being able to work with them and scale their brands on TikTok, like they come and hug us. We usually have like in person, like we're their nephews. These are aunties, our uncles. We really care about these brands. So to watch them grow and be able to build case studies and show other brands that are like theirs, that's what really makes it like night and day and make people want to buy in.
Well, listen, I want to know about the content, because content is king.
Content is key.
Content is key. So when you just spelled out like the Get Ready With Me's, can you give us some other examples of content that you can use to sell your items?
Honestly, that is like a rabbit hole, because on TikTok, guys, honestly, like, for example, if the young lady in the green pants in front of us, right? If she had a business, she could literally record the conference, pin a product, and that's content right there. And then that goes back to the accelerator program and how education is so important, because while content is key, like little small things like the sweet spot for a video, honestly, 30 seconds max. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, 15 to 30.
The sweet spot for a video is 30 seconds max. You have around 6 seconds to capture your audience attention, and then like honestly 15 more seconds to sell your story.
See if they listening. Y'all listening? Can y'all answer this question? What is the sweet spot for content? How long? I can't hear y'all.
They awake.
Oh, y'all listening,
y'all paying attention, y'all
yes.
tapped in. We love to see it. So that goes back to the importance of the accelerator program, like teaching people these things, because it's not just about content as far as like the imagery. Mm-hmm. It's about small, intimate details like that. Like, how long is this? Like, have I lost the attention of my audience? The coloring in it. Like, I don't know if you notice when you look at a lot of advertising, they always implement red and yellow, like little things like that, proper hashtag utilization. These are all key components of like content. I feel like a lot of people look at content like, oh, well, I made a pretty video, it got no likes. Or
exactly.
I spent,
then they want to know why.
And they want to know why. And the why could be the smallest things, like, yeah, like the imagery was great, like you spoke very well, the product was displayed in great lighting, but it was a minute long. No one's like, that is like a long time to sit and watch anything, because even like in your day-to-day life, if you ever watch a commercial, I doubt it's over 15 seconds. And these are like $1 million commercials. They're always going to be 15, 30 seconds.
And
max.
And to piggyback off what you said, most of our brands want to know when we're in these education sessions, like, oh, I saw X, Y, and Z do this. Is it going to work for me? It's not a one-size-fits-all. So what might work for this brand might not work for you. So you really have to figure out what's authentic to your brand and what's your user base or your customer base and what engages them and draws them in. So
I always wanted to piggyback off of that. Comparison is the thief of joy, guys. So even if you're not selling on TikTok, like if you're a creator, don't compare your story to someone else's, because this is your brand. You're your own individual person if you're a creator. And again, to reiterate, comparison is the thief of joy. Success is not a one size fits all. Like what works for me won't necessarily work for you. And then coming onto the platform as a seller or a creator, never be afraid to test and go back to the drawing board. Like that's also really important. Like you may work on something for 30 days and you have to be okay with not yielding any results from it or not making money, and being willing to go back to that drawing board and like strategize again. And that is why you have Darren and myself, because we'll be there to help you do that.
Exactly.
I absolutely love it. Listen, we're going to get into the Q&A, but first, how do we join this Accelerator program, y'all?
So we have a table in the back. We will.
Please stop by.
Yeah, please stop by our table. We can get all of your contact information. We have some QR codes for you to scan, and from there we'll send out an intro email to get you onboarded, and then we will start ramping you up to scale and grow.
So the first step is me reaching out to onboard these brands, and then Kiernan, takes them across the finish line. And then we do monthly webinars. We have like different check-ins with our clients that we speak to. So there's multiple opportunities to connect with
We have
these
some
brands.
really cool events coming up too.
Dude,
Okay,
Juneteenth
can
right
we
around the
talk about
corner.
it? Can we
Juneteenth
talk
is
about
around
it?
the corner. You want to
Go
tell
ahead,
them about
go
it? Well,
ahead.
that's your event. So you.
Okay, it's ours. It's ours. So we're doing a Creator Times brand event. It's going to be in Los Angeles. So we're going to bring in a group of creators and brands, because a lot of the brands that we bring on, they're not used to working with creators. It might be their kids or something that they have in these videos. So we want to educate both our Black and Brown creators and our Black and Brown brands, have them in the same space. And then create like a fun environment. It's going to be in our LA office. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some giveaways for them. So if we get some of these brands onboarded in time, they might be able to come and join us. But we're also going to live stream that event, because at the beginning half of the day, it's going to be about educating about why it's important for TikTok Shop and important to connect with these creators.
I love it. When you say in the back, you mean back here? Like we're at?
The first table, right when you walk in, we have a big banner.
Okay,
And so
okay.
you can't miss us.
You can't mess
And you see us, look, we looking fly today. You can't miss us at the table.
Can't miss
They
it.
look so fly. They look so fly. Listen, we're going to get into our question and answer. Any questions? Can you come up to the front, brother?
With everything that is going on in the news, how can people that have started a side hustle selling on TikTok, 'cause I think it's a great way to build community, how can they diversify their shop once they've started creating content on TikTok, start selling on TikTok? How can they progress and grow so they can prevent or shield themselves from any kind of future changes due to our government?
This is going to be a two-parter. So you can handle like not necessarily like the legal side, but I know you touched on it earlier. But as far as like diversifying and growing, putting together like a content calendar. So if you had like a storefront, we like to tell our brands to treat your TikTok shop the same as you would a storefront. So if you're open from 9 to 5 or something like that, creating like a content schedule. I'm going to post 2 times a day, Monday through Friday. On Sundays, I'm going to go live, like building out that content strategy. And as far as like making sure to shield yourself from different things, like whether that's legal or anything that's in the news or anything like that.
Making sure you're updated on policy at all times, because like with it, like
Awesome.
yeah, that's super, super important. Even if you had a physical store, like you would be abreast on like local laws, right? So that's the same on an e-commerce platform. So making sure that your shop is adhering to all of the policies. And then again, leaning on Darren or myself, because we would be your account managers to say, I believe there is never like a silly question. So like if you're not sure, like, hey, I don't know if this will get flagged, never be afraid to ask either an account manager or someone in support. Then didn't you ask something about diversifying her audience?
Yes.
You can do that through proper hashtag utilization. I don't want to give too many gems away, but that's one way you can
our
diversify.
class,
Yeah, that's one way you can diversify your audience, and even like working with different creators, because different creators, what do they have? Different audiences. So if you're working with them, now you're reaching that's your audience now too. So like looking at different creators, like sometimes they don't always have to look like us, right? So diversifying your products by diversifying who you're working with, utilizing different hashtags to get in front of different
trends.
audiences, hopping on to different trends, and signing up for our accelerator program so you can learn more.
Are there like, small gems that just in case we can't make it into the accelerator program that we could use to try and maximize sales and engagement for our small businesses?
We can support it.
Oh yeah, so TikTok Shop offers what we call our academy. So this is a external hub for education. There are short videos, there are small like quizzes to test your knowledge on things that you've learned. So literally like any search engine, again, you can type in TikTok Shop Academy. It'll take you to the web page and you can just literally type in like a part of what you may be looking for, like creator. If you type in creator, it'll bring up all the articles that live on the website that pertain to anything related to creators, whether that's working with a creator, as a creator yourself, like creator best practices. So again, that's called the Academy. So just going online, typing in TikTok Shop Academy, it'll take you right there.
And also, can I add on to that?
Go ahead.
Once you have your TikTok shop, they always email you different times that they're going to be on Zoom, that they're going to teach you things, different workshops that you can be in. When it's Juneteenth, like we have a Juneteenth month, put your brand in here. So they're always in contact with you, trying to teach you about TikTok Shop.
My question is more like, if your business is like more service-based as opposed to product-based, would you still have the same recommendation to get on TikTok like for an entrepreneur? And if so, like how would that differ like strategy-wise?
Out of curiosity, what's the service?
Career development.
I would say it's still very important. So TBD, but we will be rolling out like a digital piece to TikTok Shop. So if you have like digital ebooks and things like that. But for now, it's really like building your customer base. So going live, you can still do that without a shop. You can still post without a shop. But building your brand, because you need to build, a lot of people have brand presence on other social media platforms. But until we have that space for services, building out your brand presence, so when we do go live with those different things, you're ready and you have that audience. And really engaging. It's certain people I love to hear speak. It's certain pieces of motivation, whether that's somebody that's a trainer or something like that. You do the same on the career piece. And people are always looking for career advice. And there's so much, like TikTok is the #1 search platform that beat out Google. And I came from Google for Gen Z and millennials. So if somebody's looking for career advice, or if they have an interview or something coming up, and you come up within that search results, that's going to be important for you, because you might say, email me to reach out for my services. So that would be my...
Or be innovative. So like, I don't know the name of your brand, but let's just say it's each one teach one, right? Even though it's a digital service, you can make apparel, right? You can get hats made, you can get shirts made. So now you have a physical product, so that would make you eligible to have a shop. And you can speak to like other services you offer, or just like, again, being innovative, like give like career tips and stuff like that, pin your product, and now you have a shop. And like a shop doesn't have to consist of like 1,000 products. You can literally have like hats made. Bucket hats are like a really big thing right now. So just imagine your brand on a cute little bucket hat, or like on a sweatshirt, like, or some joggers. Like, joggers are in season, all season for whatever reason. So yeah, make some apparel and pin those to your videos where you speak to like the services that you offer. So that's just an innovative way to, until we roll out the like digital portion of shop, that you can still onboard yourself as a seller.
I also want to piggyback off of that. And if you are a creator, you can also say, I like journals. And you could you don't have to, it's no money down. You could pin the journals and you get paid off of if someone buys that journal. So if you're speaking on TikTok Shop, or you're going live and you pin a journal that you like that is in their product category, you could say, this is the journal that I'm selling. And if you sell 10 of them, you're going to get X amount of dollars off of that. And that is no money down. That's what I really want y'all to understand. Like, you don't have to have a physical product. They have products there for you in their catalog that you can put and pin if you join TikTok Shop.
That is 100% correct.
Thank you. +1.
I have a question for you guys. So I know like Instagram and Meta and Facebook, like a lot of other e-commerce platforms tend to shadow ban small businesses whenever they're trying to promote. Do you guys have any advice or insight on how TikTok Shop's algorithm impacts the users who are having their actual shops and trying to sell physical products?
Yes, that's a question that a lot of our brands have too. Sometimes they feel like their videos are suppressed or something happened. And just to go back to what you said, it's
policy.
It's really about policy, because our team doesn't play, regardless of what the U.S. thinks, they will like shut you down or, you know, put restrictions on your account so your account doesn't get into the algorithm as much. So just making sure that you're using the right verbiage, the language, making sure that the music that you might have playing in the background doesn't have any profanity. So just making sure you're aware of everything, and that's in the Seller Academy too, right?
It is. So just going
yeah.
over policy, making sure that you're super familiar with it, because the policies are in place to protect the seller as well as to protect consumers. So I don't think formally like accounts are shadow banned, but if there is some type of suppression that a seller is experiencing, 9 times out of 10 it's related to some type of policy violation. So you just want to make sure again that you're staying on top of like policies specifically for the products that you're selling, because even with our policies, it's not a one size fits all. Like beauty brands have a different set of rules they have to follow. Food and beverage follows a different set of rules. So like if you're a beauty seller, I believe I met you the other day, I think you sell cosmetics or something in the beauty category. So you would just want to make sure that you're like, again, very familiar with the policy for beauty brands.
Yeah, and being part of our accelerator program, we're able to look on the back end. So that's what a lot of our brands do. Like, okay, I feel like my video is suppressed and things like that. When we loop in internally, usually it's something very small. Like, okay, they did something with traffic or they did X, Y, and Z. So we're able to loop in and figure out where that suppression might be coming from.
Love it. Listen, everybody, if you have any more questions, you can meet Kiernan and Darren right at their TikTok shop table right in the front. And make sure that you sign up for the accelerator. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.